Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for another video. We're going to go ahead and get started with the layout or the spread. This is going to be my week 30 and 31. I'm still using the Simple Stories. I think this is something happiness. I thought it was summer vibe, but then I looked at my packaging and it's actually not summer vibe. And so basically I'm laying out all of I'm using Design P, I think this is. It was one of my panoramic page protectors, but I cut the extra part off just to make it into a 12 by 12 versus 12 by 12 plus whatever was on there. So I cut it off. So now what I'm doing is I'm just adding my week numbers here. I'm still using the Amy 10 foam letters. And then I'm going to add 30 and 31. And I did put that chipboard piece at the top, but it's actually not going to fit into my pocket. So I'm actually going to move it and take it off of there. And take it off of that card. Because if you can see, the happiness kind of hangs off the side and it will not stick in there. So I'm going to use WK foam letter, and then I'm actually going to use my Sunshine from Ellie Studio, and that is the kit that I'm still using with all of the summer stickers on it. And see, I tried to put it back up there with my week and it just didn't work. So I'm going to go ahead and play with it a little bit to try to see what I want to put on there. And then, like I said, I'm going to decide to put the sun on there using from LA Studio. And then I thought I was going to use that Sunshine, but it was gray. And I really didn't have anything gray in the rest of my photos except for my sweater. So I was like, no, I wasn't going to use it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next photo, which is of my daughter's app. She told me that this app is that was a little bitty pony. And so first I'm going to show you guys the embellishments that I put together using the ephemera pack. I just put a lot of the cards and the cute flowers and stuff. I put those together to try to save some time on this layout. And so here anyway, that's an app, and she has to nurse this little baby pony and stuff. And there I had wrote down what it was called, but I didn't like my handwriting. At first I was going to cut it, then I decided not to. So I'm just going to tuck it down in there, and you can still see that it's July 19th on there. And then I'm going to add some enamel dots. And I had put a hot pink there, but that was the same color as the paper, and I didn't want to do that. So then I'm going to call this card done, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. And that's pretty much how the video is going to go. I'm going to move from card to card, and then you'll see me even bounce back to different cards as well. And here I'm putting on the side, you make my heart smile. I covered up the heart, and then I added another little tag there, a colorful tag. This is my daughter's desk. She's pretty neat sometimes, not all the time. But I just took a photo of her desk being neatly put together. So I thought that was cute. And so see, I'm jumping back to my title card, and I'm going to put that happy on there. And pretty much if I look at something and I like it, I'll go ahead and put it down. Because if I don't do that, I'm just going to continue going back and forth on my decision to put it on the card. So I just go for it. If I like it the first time, I just go for it, so that I'm not playing with the cards constantly. And so now I'm adding this little happy and butterfly to my daughter page. Well, photo. This is not her page, but her photo. And so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna cut the tag off at the top. And then it adds a little color that matches in with the butterfly. So I like that. I added enamel dots to there. And then I'm going back and forth looking on my phone because I cut my photos apart. I'm still using the Collect app. I just sometimes I want to use different shape photos. And sometimes I still use the journaling as well. And you'll see at the end of this video, I'm actually going to add the journaling back. This was date night, so I needed to add a heart on there. And I also needed to add a flower on there. And I'm also going to add a little bit of yellow, which I got Hello Sunshine on there because my husband had on a yellow shirt. And so I decided that I was going to use the yellow heart up there as well to go with his shirt. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some enamel dots, and then I'm going to call this one done. When I laid out my papers for this one, I decided I was going to go on each side polka dots. So, and then each other side flowers. And then I put the pattern paper on either side. So it does have like a pattern to it. Here I'm showing you the little tag I made with the hashtag. And here's another tag I made. And then I really like this one. It's like a jar with a lemon hanging out of it. And then I put on there, "You Are My Sunshine." And then I added a little heart there as well. And I'm going to call that one done. That's my placement, just a placement card. And at first I thought I was going to add something else up there, but I didn't want to overdo it. Wanted to keep it pretty simple. And then I was like, that sun is the same size as the flower, so I just let it be. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to my next photo, which is of my son. He loves to do origami and 3D type of creations. And so we were at Five Below, and he picked up this robot, this like 3D robot. And so what I'm going to do is, since it's the same robot and it's just the next day, I'm going to keep the photo that I like with his smile on there, and I can actually see his face. And then I'm going to actually cover up his face. I know I'm covering up his face. I'm covering up his face, but I'm keeping the creation out of the box pretty much. And then it has on there hashtag "do what you love" or "do what makes you happy." And this pretty much makes him happy with a lot of paper and origami and different robots. He likes the Star Wars, paper Star Wars type of things. You guys have seen me do photos of him with those Star Wars characters. So now we have 3 photos left and 3 little squares. I actually like the Design P. I get the Simple Stories snap packs, and they come with the 4x4 papers. I did have to cut some of the 4x paper, just a couple pieces from the 4x6 cards, but I really like the pattern. And it's like, if it's 4x4, it has like a smaller pattern of the 4x6. So it was really fun creating with this size. And so this is the front side, and then the back side is going to be my week 32. So you guys will see on that one, it's mostly gonna, and it's the 1st of August, so I did change the layout. I changed the kit that I was using, but the kit that I'm using, it is still a summer kit by Simple Stories. It's the summer vibe. So the colors have more wood grain. It's getting towards fall in, the August color, so it was like darker summer colors. There on that photo, it was me doing my editing. So I just put on there "Cool for the Summer" with some sunglasses. And if you guys know that song, it's one of my favorite songs by Demi Lovato, "Cool for the Summer." So I thought that tag was perfect. I was probably listening to music then too, because that's what I do. When I'm scrapbooking, I listen to music, and when I'm doing my video and I listen to music. The doorbell rung, and I had to stop the filming and come back to it. And so now I'm just adding a chipboard piece to this card, and I'm adding some enamel dots, and then I'm gonna call this card done. This is me laying out my photos and cutting them up in order to go in page protectors. And now the next photo is a date night with the kids. We went to go see Star Trek. And yes, we are sci-fi junkies. So all of us went, and the kids were just laid back in these seats, and they had a real good time. Here, I'm cutting up one of the tickets, thinking that I wanted to go on this little embellishment ticket that had on their summer fun. I'm going to play with it a little bit. Actually, I'm going to play with it a lot to see if I like it or not, but I really didn't like it after I cut it all to pieces, because I was trying to put the who, what, where, when on there, and that just like, it didn't turn out the way I was thinking about it in my head. And that happens so much, right? We think about something and that's not how we really want it to go. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Even though I'm putting it on there, I'm going to take it off. And then I'm going to decide to go ahead and tuck the summer fun under the photo. And then I'm going to add the ticket to the side of the photo altogether. The other ticket that I had. Majority of the time when we go to the movie, I'll keep my ticket. Everybody else usually toss their ticket, but sometimes I'll end up keeping my ticket and my husband's ticket, so we know that we were there. And then I put that 50 Cent Summer on there, and I wanted to use this A, but I couldn't get it to work at all. So I'm going to remove the 50 Cent Summer, and like I said, I'm playing with this A, and it's not going to work for me. But I'm going to move the 50 Cent down to the bottom and fill in some space there. And then I'm still playing with this A. It's so funny. Well, it's not even an A. It's the @ symbol. So I was just playing with it. And then you see I made a boo-boo on my little picture there. And I didn't want to cover up my son's face. So eventually I'm just going to keep putting stuff there to see if I could cover it up. And then I thought maybe I'll just get an eraser and erase off of there. But then I was like, no, why did I do that? And so I'm going to leave it. And then finally, one of the hearts is actually going to fall on it. And that's going to give me the idea of what I need. Here is the strips that I cut off of the Collect app. I cut, the journaling that I had did for that day, I cut it off. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm going back into the photos and I'm adding them onto the photo. And some of them look good on there and some of them do not. So some of them I kept and some of them I did not keep. So I thought that was pretty neat to add it on there. And while I'm doing this, you'll see that the heart is going to fall onto that photo that I messed up. And I'm still playing with one of them to see if I want to put it there or not. And so anyway, guys, after I finish putting on that heart, that's pretty much going to complete the layout for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for week 32. And yeah, that's it. So you guys have a great week and I'll see you soon. Bye.